Hello everyone. Today managing people, lecture 2. Today we will go through motivation and engagement, employee engagement. Also, I would like to remind you that I have included employee retention section from our textbook as a separate video. You can always watch that one on the top of employee engagement. It wasn't alone. That slides or that presentation has got two sections: employee engagement and employee retention. Now, this is our lecture notes: motivation and engagement, employee engagement. Again, one more time. Your assignment for this module, ideas from last week. Please read the information on Minerva, or today Minerva name is changed Ultra. HRM, human resource management, matters to every organization because you need to have useful human capital, social capital, and don't forget your employees' abilities and motivation and opportunities to perform at work. This is called AMO. AMO, okay, the capital letters, AMO, okay. This is theory, and everyone has the psychological contract. These are mentioned last week. Set of unspoken expectations for their work. It could start, say, psychological expectation starts from beginning of their interview. Even expectation starts in the interviews before recruitment is complete. Okay, so these are psychological contract. Okay, this is another from last week. AMO. Okay, I just mentioned individual ability, individual motivation, and opportunity to perform. If you allow as a function, performance is a function, come out, results are come out from ability, motivation, and opportunities. Let me have a look. That one is here. And today we have motivating people, part 1, and employee engagement, part 2. Okay. Recommended book is Management Organizational Behavior. All these theories are under these in this textbook. Also, you can see some essences in HRM books as well. However, HRM is not simply about engagement or motivation. They have different, HRM has got different focus, like performance raising, appraising, recruitment, and many other things exist, like training, development. Therefore, HRM's core focus is not necessarily this subject, but engagement is organizational behavior, and motivation in organizational behavior is mentioned in depthly. Therefore, we are advising to read these chapters, the chapters from this book. And what motivates us to work? So this is the first question. Actually, probably this depends on the question you want to ask. what are the motives, needs which need to be filled for you to behave in a certain way. So this is your motivation, and why are you choosing your goals or outcomes? Sometimes it's you can name it as a goal. Sometimes you can say it is under a path you are showing your behave. How can the third question? How can I enrich your work to make you work harder? So this is the HRM perspective. So HRM is asking how you are gonna make people better work, harder work, what you can add up or what you can eliminate from work aspects, work design, or leadership or cultural perspective, then that is gonna make the people work harder. So also you can ask this question yourself: what can make me to work harder? It means obviously this is the question. That question, I think, answered. You have to be honest. Your first thought was probably the more money. I have some critical approach on this one in my other video. You can always watch that one as well. But I don't want to repeat one more time. So let's not forget that the threat of being fired only motivates you to work hard enough not to be fired. You are not going to consider threatening behavior or coercive. So this is another motivation. We might not want to lose our job. Okay. So threatening people from the HRM perspective is not helpful. It's not like ethical, but it's happening in daily life, within jokes, within some sarcasm. I don't know. You will see that one. So losing job is another factor, because people under pressure with their payment and private duties, and they don't, maybe that work is paying their bills as well as their mortgage. They set up their life in that particular location, so they may not want to lose their job because it is really convenient for them to do school run. Maybe it is really close to your parents, or someone sick in their family they need to look after. So this is the not always necessarily is money is important. Also other factors are important as well, like the previous slide I mentioned more money. This slide is losing job. So yeah, I hope I am clear. I didn't confuse you. So we prefer to have motivational rather than threatening our law, just law, because are human. Okay. Yeah. So let's have a look at the old school theories. And they are really old, but they are still working. Content theories. Content theories are looking at drivers and needs of employee. This is one of them is I think the one, this shouldn't be here. All right. Maslow hierarchy. The other one is Alderfer's ERG theory, neuro-emotional theory. So process theory is looking after the how we process our motivation, what kind of process we have, some kind of logical flow we want to see in our uh, in our uh, in our drivers. So therefore, um, not only something like if you allow me, this is more static. Content theories are more static, but process theories are more in action. And you will see in a second. And job enrichment is another one. Is looking at the society and influence other management elements. Apologize, I'm gonna put the mute because I need to clean my nose. Sorry for that one. My allergies are still in active matter, and it is killing my breath. I struggle to have breath when I'm speaking. Okay, so content theories are starting like. Okay, I think I need to click that one. If you had a checklist of needs that had to be fulfilled for you to be motivated, what would be the content of the checklist? So this is the question. So I think in the classroom when I'm gonna raise kind of Mentimeter for this one. So this is my question. So obviously this is video record. It's impossible to get your answer, but always you can put in the chat of this channel. Also, you can always text me. One more thing, you can get in touch with me through the Microsoft Teams within these module terms. I was helpful and try to give you feedback. So yeah. So content theory is about this, the most popular one. I think everyone of us know this one. It's in popular media. It is mentioned as well. Abraham Maslow, 1940s. We all its design, and it is improved later on a little bit. This is like hierarchical way, and Maslow's not talking about romance. Maslow referring to the sense of belonging to community and attachment that individuals build with others in social relationships. In that sense, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the timeless model, though often displayed or depicted as a pyramid, this visual presentation wasn't generated by him. Later on, additional authors brought this one, and this is suggesting we are driven to fulfill a hierarchy of needs. So hierarchy of needs starts with basics, physiological needs, let's say safety needs. Okay, then it is to up to the belonging, loved, then esteem, and finally self-actualization is becoming the last destination. So real world example, we seen the Patagonia, one of the organization. This organization is for the people don't know. They do outdoor apparel or outdoor fittings. So they have in their organization excels or made their organization better or perfect. Because when I read out or case study, I seen they are really good, and they offer this Maslow hierarchy beyond competitive wage and safe working condition. These are physiological and safety steps. They foster a strong sense of community. How they did this one? Because they created shared values, environmentalism in their organization. So it created belonging. It created a sense of belonging in employees' perception. So this is a sense of belonging, and in that way they empower the employees to take initiatives and contribute to the product. So this is how it works, this model. Okay, so in that sense, in your assignment you can use this kind of case studies, and at the end, because it is like a bit longer pathway to explain. At the end, when people feel belong to that place, they are gonna get take more initiatives. That in that sense, this will empower them to contribute product innovation and active involvement in organizational decisions, employees more passion because they feel belong. And yeah, this is the at the end happening, and it is a real example at Patagonia. And in that sense, you can say that although because I have a large space, because I don't have to make a research for this one, but you can expect turnover rate is less, motivation is high in the Patagonia because people feel belong to the organization. So this is the original article, Abraham Maslow, and we have advised you to read another one on the right. Okay. Now, alternative content theory. Again, it is in the shape of hierarchy. It means at the bottom of the pyramid, the section needs to be fulfilled to go to the next one. So this is happening, but Elder Fairs, this is Elder Fairs ERG theory, existing needs, related needs, and growth. So I think maybe I should make them capital for you to a bit clearer. Okay, these are the initials are made in this ERG theory. So yeah, it is similar to Maslow, but has 3 categories instead of 5. The beauty here is that these needs don't strictly follow a hierarchy. So multiply, as you can see, it is not in a it's not in the silo. Okay, it is around it's not like fit it into the pyramid. Okay, I don't think so Maslow did the same, but we expect Maslow theory is in first step needs to fulfill to go to the next one. Okay, but Alderfer's ARG theory is not similar. 3 categories instead of 5, and multiply can be actively any of them, or any 2 of them, or any all of them, 3 of them can actively simultaneously and work. Okay. Yeah, this is another theory. It's similar: physical safety and social relations. Another one, but a little bit different perspective, I must say. Next slide is about alternative Nori. Nor at all 4 drivers defining our motivation, she says. Acquire, to bond, to comprehend. So I think I don't want to read this slide, but I would like to give you some. For example, Johnson and Johnson, how they do acquire. Acquire is about reward and status. Maybe I should add up here a little bit. Rewards. Oh, it's messing up, therefore. Yeah, it's messing up. The drive of the acquire is the desire to obtain material goods, status, recognition in the workplace. So it means it's more acquire. Employees acquire some rewards. Okay, so you can connect in your. That rewards could be status, recognition, maybe perks, maybe wages, maybe bonuses. So therefore, they are drive-driven. So Johnson & Johnson has got a competitive compensation and global mobility program. So one place, another place, people can go and move to different cities and they can experience different culture. So this is their competitive. For example, Google, what they do, competitive salaries, generous bonus, and equity options. So these are their generous bonuses they have in Google. One of the really top organization. I hope you will work this kind of organizations in the future. And the bond, connection and belonging. As earlier, Patagonia has created as a belonging. What they do is what this drive is doing, actually feel of sense of belonging. Organizations or HRM can tap into this by fostering collaborative culture, team cohesion, positive interpersonal relationship, line managers. So people, employees will emotionally connected. So bond is kind of, that part of belonging. What Johnson and Johnson do is they included diversity, equity, inclusion to foster this belonging. And what about Google? Google do by fostering team collaboration, open office culture, social events. So these are creating bond for them. I think Noiri's perspective is more responding to our today's needs, because we want you guys to, because this is part of our life, environment, sustainable perspective. So that one is bond is creating that relation really clearly. Then to comprehend is making a sense of about our choices, because we design and we construct our life on the base of our choices. What we select, it is affecting our. It is designing. It is part of our drive. This is like a biologically rooted theory, part of theory. when we evaluate something, we consider should be valuable. So therefore, it is creating. So what Johnson and Johnson does is here. Okay, I think I don't want to give something wrong in this sense. Yeah. Okay, to comprehend, it's just I did some dig out. This is a reflection of intrinsic need to make sense of the world, learn, grow, and overcome challenges. I think this is for another note. So what they do, Johnson and Johnson, they create kind of leadership development program and cross-functional learning opportunities. It means people can go different locations, learn from different offices, and maybe they can move to different departments. I mean, relevant according to their knowledge and experience. It is valid, and valid if it is their capabilities and competence are valid. They can move from marketing to HR, maybe HR international to some head office in different points of the organization. For what Google, what they do. For example, Google is offering, I think, 20% flexibility on their own project. So what does it mean? They can spend 20% of their time for their personal project, and also they have some assessment. Google has got some access to continuous learning platforms. So this is giving them chance to comprehend and creating a link, and this is their drive. To defend on the right hand, this is the one. To defend, it is part of. Okay, where's my mouse? Yeah, here we go. Defend is around the needs of a little bit feel of safe, physical, emotional, and socially safety. Okay, it means in what does it mean? Like why when you can feel unsafe, maybe you can feel that you can have that feelings if you see some unfair, non-transparency organizations. Some might find if IT doesn't look after your computer problem at work, if they ignore you, you can still feel insecurity because you may feel you are disregarded, or also you can see some implicit applications in the, for example, appraisal meetings, paid bonuses. So that these examples could lead insecure environment for human. So this is the defend part of defend. And what Google or Johnson is do is Johnson and Johnson has got the Credo. Credo is a kind of like project, and okay, and let me Google for you quickly. They say Our commitment to helping people has been built into our credo. We blend heart, science, ingenuity to profoundly impact health or community. This is their purpose statement. Okay. Therefore, Therefore, I Google it for you. Credo means believe. Okay, I think maybe I could. Yeah. Okay, I don't have in on that one. Maybe I can spell here. Credo. It is a Latin word. Okay. So credo is belief. Okay. In the sense, this is their statement, their organizational purpose and statement, sometimes mission, visions, really important. And in your assignment, you need to offer some changes, because if you do some intervention, because this is your challenge in the assignment, and intervention, finding challenges, then or problems, employee has good problem, then offering improvement in the HRM functions. It needs to be linked, and that intervention, then you need to put some intervention to improve that situation. It needs to start with updating organizational purpose, because organizations putting their values in their mission and visions. Okay, therefore you need to update that one as well. So what about Google? Google is using how I can reflect. They do transparent communication, psychological safety, and strong stance of ethical leadership. They imply in their organizational examples. Where we know this because of interviews with employees, we know from their statements. So these are their part of their organizational structure. So then Noira et al. Four drives model has got more contemporary views, which is like, as I say, you can link to sustainability and defend protecting one's interest, because remember, neo-capitalism is putting people into the silos and people working for their own benefit, individualism, and they put their own goals. If they fail, obviously this is the critic, they are closing down and they say it was my fault, and they are not looking after someone to share that despair. Okay. Now, next slide. I hope it was clear that theory and process theories of motivation is the second section. Is what if we are motivated by seeing that there is a clear and fair process between what we put into work and what we get out of it? So this is the kind of mentality, like calculation. What I put into work, what I get out of it. This is the part of process theory. Okay, process theories. Some calculations needs to be. You will see inside. Okay, for example, Adams' equity theory is motivate. We are motivated with fairness. It is okay. Is postulating if we perceive an imbalance between output, effort, and skills, we put inside the work, output, and if we compare that output what we get paid, or in terms of recognition, in terms of training opportunities. So we are comparing, continuous comparison we do at work, and we are driven to restore that inequity. That equity needs to be there, okay? So this is the part of theory, I think. For example, CRM giant and famously conducted. Okay, the maybe one of the example is Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce is okay. Let me give you. It's really nice to have this kind of search. This Salesforce Corporation is an American cloud-based software company. Okay, and maybe I should take that note to give you information as well for the next year as well. I can put here. Okay. I don't believe I couldn't copy that one. Okay. It doesn't work. Salesforce is one of the example for this theory. And they are conducted an internal pay equity audit. They ask someone to come and check whether their payment is equal paid. That pay gap is one of the topics since 2012, 2014 we are dealing for. Before that one, it wasn't that much hike up. But this is one of the challenges in HRM, human resource management, in front of the human resource management. Yeah. Anyway, this is a bit like if we delve into, I can change the subject. I don't want to go that pathway, but I would like to pack this slide. Prefer to pack this slide now. They discover significant gender, and after auditing, they find a significant gender and racial pay gaps. So this is kind of like they haven't been asked to make this audit. They did a proactive approach to make it fair payment. It means they put some input and outputs directly addressing the equity, and it means they created they boosted trust and moral in their organization in the perception of the employee, and in that sense, the demotivated employees motivated more, and turnover can be traced. Turnover rate is reduced because people see fair payment, and they know their organizations are always proactively taking care of their payment. Okay, next one is kind of like another process theory, goal setting. It is, this is the one of the theories. Sometimes I say we love have challenging. Okay, we may prefer to choose like monotonous work, but if after a while you may find that one is not for you because your capacity, your challenge, your competence is more than what you do. Therefore, we like challenging. goals. We like some intriguing jobs. So therefore, I meant, okay, this is the first one. Why they are here working that way, I don't know. Numerations are something wrong with numerations. Okay, I don't think so. Yeah, we would be able to change them. I can delete, can numerate like this. So we like clear goals. However, although we like challenges, we like evolution of the human being is part of this safety, and we would like to see clear targets. Okay, so this is the theory is saying specific, measurable, attainable, realistic. So this is the key, clear goals, and we like participate in setting our goals, and we like feedback on how we did in the past. So we like recognition. We like to see we can correct ourselves. We can learn our mistakes. So this is the process of the goal setting theory. Part of, okay. For example, General Electric, Jack Welch. While Jack Welch was one of the CEO, I think. While General Electric management by objectives approach under Welsh had its critics because it was fundamentally built on setting clear, aggressive goals and regularly evaluating performance against them. Created more competition, and it kills the team cohesion. So people start to work for their own benefit. So this example is a bit opposite side, not positive side way. So that putting goals, you can put goal. It is really good and important, but you need to consider the other section. You shouldn't damage other part of the culture. And more modern agile methodologies in tech companies with their sprint and clear deliverables also leverage goal settings principles to drive the team motivation and progress. Today, with all this technology improve, and you can set different goal settings as well. Yeah, but please don't forget to kill the synergy in the organization to create competition. So you can link this goal process theory is goal setting theory with competition as well. We should create a competition in our work in the work, because competition is nice and disturb people's laid backness, and they might need to challenge, they might take risk, they might feel they need to improve themselves. So this is the part of goal setting theory. And process theory, another one is room expectancy theory, is what we want to think that if we work harder, it matters. This is kind of one of the sales organization with clear commission structure. For example, a well-designed sales compensation plan often exemplifies rooms theory. Salespeople high expectancy. Next slide, I'm gonna go. On the right, expectancy, okay, on the left for me. Then this is gonna, their expectancy is high, and if they believe their effort, more calls, better presentation is gonna lead to more sales. If they think salespeople, this is their expectancy, okay. This is showing their expectancy. And if you ask them, can you rate your expectancy level? 1 is none, 5 is top, how would you rate? 4, 3, 5? So this is kind of calculation. When you receive their expectation as a 4, let's say, okay, then you need to ask them instrumentality. Then if they hit their sales target, they will get their commission. So what rewards will they get when they perform? Okay, so they are evaluating that one is 1 to 5 again, and let's say 5. Okay, then we are gonna multiply them with this. Where's my mouse again? I lost it. Okay, here we go. Multiply 4 and 5, it is becoming 20. Then how much do I value the rewards? This is the personal, because that value could not necessarily money, it could be a training. Okay, so in that sense, you are putting rewards into one basket in here in the instrumentality section, and the valence is the perception, because sometimes people value more training, more growth compared to getting bonus. So therefore, you need to ask them. So this is kind of multiplication. Let's say perceived value is to scale, like -1 to positive. This is a bit different balance. If they put minus, it's negative. It says positive. It is positive. So if they say -1, it is going to be -20. So they don't value. So in that sense, you need to satisfy, you need to think that this kind of process, their expectancy, employees' expectancy could be high, instrumentalities could be high, but balance is another things. Okay. So this is I think, last bit. We are arriving in the motivational theories. Enrichment theory. Enrichment theory is Herzberg was inspired by the idea of materials and moral motivates for work. So he's seen that people their moral is high, their materials is really good. Then he's seen their motivations are high. Therefore, we call these factors as a hygiene or maintenance factors. Such as working conditions and pay. These are minimal things. These don't create job satisfaction, but can affect job dissatisfaction. Okay, therefore hygiene factors. Payment, we consider that one. Okay, and Hasbeck thought that they had nothing to do with happiness, but they are part of lessening or easing our dissatisfaction. Okay, therefore, I would like to conclude. So we know many tech startups, for example, they often realize, they often actualize, they cannot always match the massive salaries of established giants. So this is really impossible for them to compare with, like competing with big startups. So this is hygiene factor. This is one of their challenge, and they are not satisfying their employees because they don't have enough payment. Instead, they focus heavily on providing meaningful work. Startups, okay. If you are a startup, if you are working in a startup, you will see more intelligent people. But they are not going to get enough payment if you compare, but they get some meaningful work like autonomy. Maybe they might have some recognition for their contribution, rapid opportunities to grow, and skill development. Because sometimes, because startups are a bit small organizations, at the beginning you can Do you prefer to work in a small fish tank, or you want to work in the ocean? In ocean is a multinational organization, but it's small startups because they are starting. They might be expand there later on, but they start small. So therefore, we call that one a small fish tank. Okay. So you can get more rapid growth and skill development in these organizations. So this is part of maybe your career development. You can select this kind of organization. So companies that only focus on competitive pay without meaningful work, without challenges, often see high turnover once the novelty or um, uniqueness wears off. So this is the hygiene factors. Okay. This hygiene factors is coming from this article. I don't want to detail that one. Okay, that's a quick tour through motivation and I'm going to delete this as well. Bullets are unnecessary. I think we don't have that one. Okay. Maybe I should delete that one, or maybe I can add one more slide, but it's impossible to cover all of them. So we finished the motivating people. We are going to look after employee engagement. Here, employee engagement, and next we are looking at employee engagement. This might sound the same as motivation, but they are very different. So they are not the same things, okay? Unfortunately, these terms are mixed by our students. Even though we underline with this slide, in the classroom, they are not the same. Motivation and engagement, not the same. Okay. Some might be motivated to complete the work according to the theory we look at, but that doesn't mean they have any attachment to it. That's why people engagement is so important. It shouldn't be mixed. Maybe you can even call you need to create a drive, motivation, then you need top of that one, you need to create some engagement. So it shouldn't be mixed up with motivation theory. Job demands. So this is one of the theory. I think I find that one, this slide I added up later on. This slide. Job demands resources. So demands. This is the theory from engagement. One of the engagement theory. Demands is kind of you can call workload, job uncertainty, conflicts, implicit expectations. These are the things you can feel you are demanded to fulfill. Workload, a lot of work you need to do, job uncertainty. You don't know what you are going to do with this data, how you are going to sell, where you are going to sell your product. So you can have some conflict with managerial or with your colleague. Some conflicts exist with customers probably. So they are going to create a burnout. Okay, maybe I can make this flying better to make a presentation. Then into group. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, that one is gonna fly. Yeah. So it's gonna create some burn engagement. Now, then it is gonna create kind of we expect this burnout is gonna create this engagement. Obviously, this is again I'm in the large space now. I don't need to find a reference in my, but you can say turnover rate will increase. not necessarily this engagement. Other things could be created by this uh, things. Okay, I couldn't make my word. Okay, so this is burnout and disengagement. One of my postulation. Then job security. Okay, then sources is another one. Is this is again engagement related theory. Okay, yeah, burnout created. Then disengagement. Then sources, job security and reform support. It's going to create engagement. Then it's going to create some performance. This is for sure. Engagement create a performance. So you can say motivation create performance as well. Because people driven, but engagement is important, and at least we can say performance is could be realized, actualized by creating engagement as well as motivation. Okay, so this is the end. So this is the the one of the popular TV program. I'm motivated to watch these people. People tell me to. Okay. I'm not engaged in it too, so I'm not engaged of cooking, but I have motivation to watch. So one of the challenges created by recent technology, TikTok, one of the TikTok phenomena created this one, quiet quitting. We used to call this quiet quitting as a presenteeism, but it is really hitting at the moment one of the research topic. Employee just does work their work requires and nothing extra. We have task performance. We have contextual performance. These two are part of performance. So when you are looking the performance in detail in the theory, you will see that it is divided into two. Quiet quitting means people are doing only what they have been asked in their job description. They are not helping their colleagues at work. They are not adding up anybody apart from in their job description. So this is the quiet quitting, and so therefore we have that one here. So in that sense, how you can challenge, how you can maybe you can find this one is a little bit. We will practice that one in our seminar hour, and there are some interesting threads and perspectives about this topic on personal today. Is it right to say that someone who is doing their job and exact specification means quite quitting? This is question. If it is symptom of burnout, then we need to start to look after some solution. Okay, so maybe flexible work could help. Maybe create some more opportunities for employees. Okay, these are the part of tackling with quiet quitting. You can call presenteeism. You can say people don't perform contextually; they only perform task definition. Okay, so anyway, all of them the same for me. Actually, I can say for me. Okay, because I don't see the difference. So employee engagement is a bit an umbrella term. People describe it differently. So I made this kind of things, but Mr. Kwan, this is the one is really Khan's article is made one of the contribution into field is physical engagement, cognitive and emotional engagements. Okay, so these are the parts, and the most prevalent definition is come from him. and he's distinguished that motivation from engagement. Obviously, we have to as hard. Um, what is his description? I'm looking after that one in the text here. I couldn't see. Um, so literally, he divided engagement into the three things: physical engagement, cognitive engagement, and emotional engagement. So now I think I'm gonna go with them. So intellectual engagement, imagine thinking about work, how you improve, how you can learn, how you can get enrichment from your bosses, because learn is not always organizational opportunity giving you out of the office. So you can learn from your colleagues, from your managers, their expertise, and also social engagement, discussing improvement with others. This is the section of the social engagement. And effective engagement, feeling positively about doing well. And engagement is measured by some papers. We have measurements. You can. Okay, I think I'm gonna write here ISA and US. You can search that one with engagement, with the word of engagement in Google, and you will see that engagement scales. ISA is this. Okay, this is intellectual and social. Okay, and affective. And US is another one. And so when we are checking employees' engagement, we are using this kind of terminology, this kind of things. Utrecht. This is Utrecht. Work engagement. Oh, sorry. I'm hoping it's going to correct this out. Utrecht. Work engagement. Scale. And Utrecht is more vigor of dedication. And this is another approach, but in the slide we don't have this one. Okay, in the slide ISA. Okay, but Utrecht is another one, is extra knowledge. Okay, for you. ISA is intellectual engagement, social engagement, and effective engagement. Engagements are divided into three things. Okay, slide. So, oh yeah, this is the Utrecht one, is vigor. Next one, high levels of mental resilience and energy, dedication, feeling significance, enthusiasm, and pride, full engrossment in work. So these are the three dimensions Utrecht work engagement scale. So there were questionnaires, 17 items and 17 items for vigority, 9 items is dedication, and 3 items from observation. In that sense, what is the difference between an employee and engaged employee? Is an engaged employee might work harder in the same space of time, manage more competing demands, or work overtime. An engaged employee might make decisions based on what they think is better for the company. An engaged employee might invest in having a long-term career with the company. An engaged employee might put their own well-being in danger from trying to do much, which we don't want, we shouldn't ask for, okay? So their well-being is important, employee. So in that sense, some of the sections in these lines are really important, but we shouldn't make it excessive, okay? We shouldn't demand as an HR professional in the future or managers, you shouldn't ask. For example, Amazon has got a performance evaluation model where employees ranked against each other. We call that one stack ranking, and this is like a work culture. And historically, Amazon was known for a demanding organization, high pressure environment because of the technology is improving. They didn't want to lose track, and they stuck ranking performance reviews in their appraisal system. And so, as we know that this could drive intense motivation, because there are people that's going to get more money if they get if they do more perform than their colleague. So in that sense, it's going to create some engagement, but it was also widely reported to lead high stress. So we've seen from Amazon organization, long hours and significant burnout for others. Resulting high turnover rates and uncertainty in departments. The company has since evolved. Amazon's later evolved itself, and it serves more better fine tuning. They touch with fine tuning. They did a fine tuning, and they emphasize well-being as well. Okay, so they fix their things later on. So, quick question for you. Why are both highly disengaged and highly engaged employees are a risk for organization? So this is the question. And I think I'm gonna close this video because it's becoming really longer. In the classroom, we will say that emotional labor, quickly I can say, emotional labor is people are showing always smile, surface acting, and they don't deeply acting. Okay, so for example, like customer service and healthcare industry sector, we seen that one. Think of a flight attendants always required to cheerful and accommodating, even to difficult passengers, or a nurse maintaining composure and empathy when dealing with high stressed patient. It is admirable, isn't it? So, however, the constant need to regulate emotions can lead emotional exhaustion. So we need to look out that one as well. You need to give employees some space to out that stress in their perspective. So one of the another last one, I think I'm gonna finish now with burnout, is a wildfire. Purcell said engagement can lead to work intensification and can be problematic. So excessive engagement could lead to burnout. So this is the slide. Okay, sorry, I didn't jump about emotional labor. Emotional labor, surveys acting, healthcare industry, and customer service staff has dealing that one. And four enablers is given here. The last slide. I hope it's going to be the last slide here. Leadership which gives a strong narrative about purpose. So enabling. So how you can bring more engagement with these four things. Line managers who motivate and support employees. As you can see, line managers are really important in organizations. And opportunities for employees to be involved and participate in decision. Integrity could be a clear connection between action inside by an organization and their values. So like I can say leaders should be authentic. Okay. Leaders who provide a clear narrative about purpose, what they intended to do. If they are clear, that one is going to create more engagement for sure. Also, managers who motivate support. This is the line manager. Support, accommodate, develop their teams. So this is going to create more engagement. And opportunities is about employees' voice. And this is the part of AMO as well. Don't forget AMO, opportunities for employees to be involved, participate in decision. So this is the another engagement tool, and integrity, a clear connection between actions and values. So what they do as organizations should be reflected in the mission. What is mission is telling us should be reflected in the practice of the leadership or by the organization. That one is going to create integrity. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. So I'm going to close this record and see you in the classroom.